What's going on, everybody? Kennybombx is in the building, and the MyRise reveal is officially upon us. I'm really curious to see if they made any changes to this mode, so we're going to jump in here and just do a real-time reaction to it. But before we get into it, I gotta let y'all know that I will be giving away 4 copies of WWE 2K25. All you gotta do is drop a like on this video and smash that subscribe button if you have not already, because on March 6th, I will be doing a live stream, and during that live stream, we will be picking our 4 winners. Now let's get it started.
Turn back now.
It's not often that
None other than
If you don't want spoilers, turn back now is what she just said.
Triple H in the ring. We got the new Raw graphics we're showing off.
major news to share.
So they got the whole new arena from Netflix. Love it.
As you all know, we've been building a new era in WWE, a direction that's bolder than anything you've ever seen before. But to forge this path, we need talent who can rise to the occasion. Whether that's someone
So are we
who's
just going to be
already
looking at the
here
story right now?
or an outsider ready to step in and lead the charge? Who is going to be the superstar?
I had the privilege of getting to go to the new WWE headquarters to direct Triple H for this voiceover. It was really cool, like sort of a full circle moment for me. I worked with Triple H back in the days of Evolution on a lot of backstage segments. I even worked with him in some SmackDown segments. He was
Okay, so pretty much it looks like this part is just them telling us about their experience working with WWE. But as we can see here, Triple H, his model looks great. I think the new arena looks great. I'm surprised they actually got it in here because that just happened like a few weeks ago from what it seems like. But you know what? They nailed it. We got the new logos and we got the black mat in the arena.
Now we're starting off with the WWE draft, and we're getting the first choice of where we want to compete.
Okay.
Now this year's story is a co-brand.
I'm sorry. Let's rewind a
We're
little
getting
bit.
and become the leader of this new era.
first big choice.
Now we're starting off with the WWE
first big
draft,
choice.
and we're getting the first choice of where we want to compete. Now this year's story is a co-branded story between the men's and the women's division, but we're gonna have to choose here where we went to compete first. So what do you
Okay.
think, Sean, the men's or the women's division?
Yeah, and just to be clear, you know, if you choose women's, you will have a men's division character come into play later in the story and vice versa. But I think let's go women's division.
Okay, so that's interesting. Hopefully we learn more about that. So he said this is your first big choice. So it sounds like we will have some type of choices in this where maybe the paths branch off a bit. But he said even if you choose men's, you'll still have a woman's wrestler kind of introduced later in the story. So it looks like we may have to create both. I don't know. Maybe they. Let's see if we get more on that.
This individual is
Of
going
course,
to be
Triple
a
H immediately recognizes your choice and is talking you up, putting you over, as they say.
for greatness already.
You also get to choose where you're coming from, whether you're already in the WWE system as a big star on one of the brands, or if you're coming from the outside.
Okay, so one of the top stars on Raw, one of the biggest names from SmackDown, a top star from another promotion, AEW perhaps, or a decorated MMA champion. That's actually cool. So if you're going in here with the created wrestler, let's say Swerve Strickland from AEW, you can select the top star from another promotion, and I wonder if things are geared towards that, which it looks like a big decision. If we look over here, you see this arrow pointing up, left, and right. It looks like those are branching paths. So far, so good. Let's keep going.
Another promotion, or maybe even a slightly different background from MMA. We're excited to see what choices players make on their MyRise journey, as well as what decisions they might make differently on a second playthrough.
Definitely
Because
going
that's
with
what's going to affect the outcome of their experience.
another top promotion for me.
as a decorated champion from MMA. That's right.
I know.
Ooh,
I know.
Who I'm talking about.
yeah, Triple H's new character model looks great, by the way. Shout out to the character team.
Yeah. The
He
cool
does
thing
look
about
great.
MyRise is, you know, we're tasked every year to come up with a new story, but in thinking about what that story is, we have the privilege of being able to showcase the work from all of the other teams within our game. From, you know, what Sean just called out, the character work on Triple H's model, to new arenas, to new gameplay mechanics, and
I can't wait for draft night. So let's just stop right there. I will say this already sounds a lot better than The Lock, at least. So let's keep going.
You know, if we do our jobs correctly, MyRise really is a showcase for everyone.
Oh, ooh, so this is a little look at Creative Wrestler, right? Or are we just going to be piecing together
You know,
wrestlers in
if
this
we do our
thing?
jobs correctly, MyRise
Create your superstar.
Right.
Oh, so it is the full creation suite. Okay.
really is a show
They're zooming through this thing. They're not really going to give us a good
everyone
look at it.
across the team.
Okay. Nothing looks out of the... Oh. You got hairstyles locked on the island. See, these are unlocked from the island. You got hairstyles. Oh, boy. Creator Wrestler is going to be a little bit different this year, y'all. It's going to be a little bit different.
This is where we're going to go into cast to make our women's division character, and we'll see you on the other side.
Now, we saw some more locks there. Y'all, this is going to be a long video. Warning. Because we're going to pause and look through just as much as we
really
need
is a
to.
showcase for everyone across the team.
So all of these locks are from the island.
This is
I
where
saw
we're gonna
some
go
on the clothes
into
as well.
cast to make our women's division
None there.
character.
I can't catch any. There we go. So this one, it doesn't say the island. Looks like this is, what is that? That can be unlocked in game or my faction or something.
And we'll see you on the other side.
So we got some stuff in there
Side.
locked on the island though.
Look
So
at that MMA theme load screen. Good record, 13-2.
We're pretty
I want
good.
0.
Look at our girl.
All right, this is a brand new feature that we're excited about. That is custom designed casual attire, folks, that we designed in CAS. It's not casual.
Oh, it's the same again. Oh no.
Attire that
Back
we're
to the
forcing you
social
to wear.
feed
Of
and the
course, that is an
DMs.
option. There is a default casual attire if you don't want to make your own.
Oh man,
But,
look
you
at
know,
all
we've
of this,
heard
y'all. I
people
don't
say,
want to.
"Hey, why am I wearing the same clothes for 4 years of a MyRise story?" Well, now you
Why are we doing the same thing for 4 years of a MyRise story?
don't have to. You can set your own casual attire.
And it's
Oh boy, the hub, it's all the same, bro. It's all the same.
cheaper than doing laundry.
It's the same.
Oh, Troy Simpkins back.
We're here in the hub. If you've played MyRise before, you recognize this setup.
Yeah, we sure do.
Talking to one of our fan favorites,
Hello there.
WWE producer Troy Simpkin.
I'm Troy Simpkin.
I was gonna say she looks great though. Like the jeans actually look really good. Shoes look good. Her model altogether doesn't even look like a creative wrestler. It looks like one of the actual wrestlers from the game. Like, why can't we just walk around this room? Have wrestlers sitting down doing their own things, maybe have a little pop, maybe let us sit down at the bar and conversate with a wrestler. Why is it just so lazily done?
Seasoned and esteemed WWE producer.
The 1 year development thing is not an excuse. I mean, we're paying a full price for the game, right? So, oh boy.
Hey, Troy. Nice to meet you, too.
We are so excited for your arrival at WWE. There's been so many successful crossover stars between MMA and sports entertainment, and we
Well,
think you
at least
could
we
be
know
bigger
now. We
than
know
all of
early
them.
on. It's the same.
Thanks. I think so, too. So, what's the plan?
Really good looking
We want to
creative
get you
wrestler.
acclimated to a WWE ring before the draft. So you're going to head down to the Performance Center. We've even lined up some training partners with MMA experience to make you feel comfortable.
So right out of the gate for your first match, you have a choice of your first opponent at the
Okay, so I guess here we go. They said intergender matches will not be forced on you. So they do give you the option to face a male here, but then the other two are female. So if you don't want to do the intergender stuff, you don't have to. Is it going to be like this every time? I would hope so, again, because they made that statement. But, you know, we'll see. But it's kind of weird, though, because he's giving her the option to go down to NXT to hone her skills or whatever. If you choose like a top SmackDown star or a top Raw star, how do they push you down to NXT?
PC. Now, if you'll notice, for the first time, the game as a whole is supporting intergender matchups. So we're able to represent Shinsuke as one of these options here between Shinsuke, Sonya, and Shayna. I don't know. I feel like we should show off this new feature and challenge Shin at the Performance Center.
I don't know.
Sean.
Why not?
Yeah, well, yeah, let's take on Shinsuke.
I'd love to mix it up with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Excellent. Just be sure to lay low down there. We want your debut at the draft to be a huge surprise.
I'll do my best.
Just so stiff.
I
So
believe we
stiff.
have another superstar, yeah, Becky Lynch to talk to. Becky looks great.
I hate
here.
this, y'all.
This is a unique
So
attire
much.
for MyRise. Let's see what Becky has to say. We got to record with Becky, by the way, on the same day we recorded Seth. They did back-to-back sessions. Both knocked it out of the park. Super fun to work with.
Well, let us
You
hear
may
it.
even hear, if you play into the story and make specific choices, you might get to hear Becky do a Bailey impression, which was a ton of fun. She crushed it. Hilarious.
Even though it'd be a spoiler, I might.
Yeah, I'd say one of the biggest.
Bro, I'm
perks of
trying
our
to hear
job
the
is
voice
getting to work
acting,
with
and they keep
superstars
talking.
on voiceover. They always are extraordinarily excited to come to the recording sessions amid everything else they have to do. In some cases, they even ask us about things that happened in the last game.
Okay, listen, we're trying to find out about the game, and they're telling us about experiences at the Performance Center and recording. Bro, I'm trying to hear about the game.
Credit to our writers, Matthew Thompson and Alex Greenfield. They're amazing. They've been working with us on the last few MyRises. Also want to shout out our super talented design team. None of this would be possible without them. Should we go to the match?
I think we're ready to take Shin.
Just go to the match.
So this is us getting acclimated to a WWE ring for this upcoming draft where the rumors are.
Okay, so I guess this part is only going to be for if you're an MMA star coming in or a star maybe from another promotion, because if you're a top SmackDown or Raw star, you can't really, like, there's no reason for you to get acclimated to a WWE ring because you've already been a top star here. Let's go ahead and fast forward the match.
Shinsuke, thanks for coming out.
Yo, what's going on with this ref? Bro tweaking. Whoa.
Better luck next time.
I mean, someone needed the Performance Center, and I don't think it was us.
Looks like we're headed
All
to
right,
draft
so what does
night.
the draft look
Ready
like?
for the draft? Can we
Uh-oh.
see the casual attire that we got to set on our own in Cass?
Is that the NXT parking lot?
It just got even bigger. It's
Ooh, it's one of the hottest stars in MMA.
Are the rumors true?
I bet the rumors are true, Andrea. What do you think?
Will they be the #1 pick? So no, will he or she? They stuck with they.
I mean, if I had to guess and had all of the inside knowledge of what would happen, I would say yes, 100%. The rumors are true. IVN is here for the start of the WWE draft. Don't miss this huge night. We didn't talk about.
Now, somebody tell me, because again, because of this stupid stuff right here, I have not finished MyRise in years. Like, can you skip through this stuff and just do what you need to do in the matches? The new era forges ahead next Monday. It's just too much in here, man. It's just too much.
About it earlier, but social media is back this year. Don't sleep on social media. There's some good story content here.
And that's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm somebody who likes to get every piece from the story. When I'm playing like an RPG game or an adventure game and they got the little pages lying around, I want to go find those pages and find the deep lore. But this, some of you just need to stop listening to criticism from people you wouldn't ask advice from. Like, bro, I don't need that. Just put the important story pieces in here if this is what we have to deal with. This week on NXT, bro, it's not even real.
We'll see some posts from other people welcoming us to Raw. Some other people.
Yeah, we know. It's the same. Okay, it's
Mysterious
exactly the
Lardon
same.
account was all about.
It's probably not.
Oh, Kathy Kelly. Big shouts out to Kathy Kelly.
Kathy Kelly making her MyRise debut here.
Thanks for taking the time to answer a couple
and she
questions
got a
before the
voice.
draft. I know you just got here and must be getting pulled in 100 different directions, so I'll try to make this quick.
No problem. And it's Kathy, right? Good to meet you.
So these are all custom lines you're getting here based on your background you selected.
What personality traits led to your
Kathy looks really good there too. That is a perfect face shot.
success?
And this is a big branch point as well. In addition to choosing your background, you're getting to choose what personality type you are, and your personality type plays a bigger role than probably any of the other choices in the game at this point. We always try to represent a good balance of the types of stories that we tell in MyRise, just like wrestling on television or at PLEs tries to achieve that balance as well.
Oh, I like that. So based on your decisions, it kind of builds your personality. See, a lot of stuff in this mode is actually really good. I think if they just move that stuff out of the middle, just get it out of here, it'll be a lot better.
You know that sometimes players like to play certain ways over others. So this year, you're actually going to get to choose what type of character you would like to personify in your journey.
Perfect.
And this will not only have an impact on some of the lines that your character says throughout the MyRise experience, but it'll actually have a difference on what stories you receive in your playthrough. And that's another big thing that could...
So we do have different stories in here. Like I said, there's so much good about this mode. It's just the stuff they padded with that makes it bad.
Contributed towards the replayability of the mode in this year.
Yeah, I think this is super cool.
That is cool.
You know, if you think back to my career on 2K20, we had Trey. I love Trey. Shout out to Trey. Might even see Trey come back again someday. You never know. But he was a very comedic character, and some people loved it, and some people were like, you know what? I don't want to be a comedy wrestler. I want to be the, you know, a Stone Cold type who's just, you know, talking trash and kicking ass. And that's totally cool. I respect that. This year, what we did was we gave you the choice. Do I want to be a Trey? Do I want to be, you know, more of an R-Truth type? Or do I want to be the bold and brash Stone Cold type or a Becky Lynch?
That's beautiful. That's something that I was talking about previously. Like, I like to make like dark type characters like The Undertaker because he's the greatest of all time. Come on. And then when you create that character and put him in the mode and he's being goofy and just like an idiot, it's like, bro, this is not the character I created. Why are y'all forcing this personality on him? So this is a lot better than what we had before. I like that.
Or scheming and calculated, which is really cool. That, you know, we were sort of thinking of that archetype as like a Seth Rollins or a Liv Morgan. So what do we want to choose here, Andrea? What do you think?
Bold and brash.
I'm really intrigued by scheming and calculated because I feel like that's the one that we haven't explored as much in past MyRises. So that would be my vote.
Let's
I wonder
do
if
it.
you can mix your
Everything
personality
I
up.
do has a purpose. People like to say they're 2 steps ahead. Well, I'm 20. You can't survive on sheer strength and athleticism. You need to be scheming and calculated.
I can see how that got you here.
Loosen
So
up.
then, what
Loosen
can you
up.
say about the rumors that you'll be selected #1 overall tonight?
I'd say it's something I can use in my favor.
So again, these are all custom lines you're experiencing based on the personality choice that you just made.
Perceive me to be that much tougher to beat. I'll use any advantage I can get.
Well, I know you're busy, so I'll let you go for now.
Thanks, Kathy.
Kathy
See you
Kelly.
next time.
I mean, I don't think we'll need it, but
Ooh, Triple H is here.
Triple H
Let's see what
looks
he's
good,
got to
too.
say.
Good to see you.
Hey, boss.
You feeling okay? I know it's tough. New surroundings, big expectations coming from a different sport.
All right, we don't want to spoil too much of the story here. Let's see.
Everything's gonna go.
Did she get another
You've
choice?
accomplished to get here. You've earned it. See you out there in a bit.
I mean, I think everything's gonna go smoothly here, right, Andrea?
yeah, nothing to do but get drafted, I guess.
Continue the story after
See
you
if we
scroll
really are
through
gonna be
everything in the
number
back.
1 overall pick.
Here we go. We got Nick Aldis on stage. First time Nick Aldis being in MyRise, looking great in his.
Again, we
And
don't want to spoil too much of the story.
Yep.
Good one. Talk about making a splash.
All right,
Nick
let's
Aldis
see.
got
Any new features? Anything else?
good luck topping
I
this.
think I might be about to catch up with the live
Bright
feed.
future, nothing can go wrong.
Stand by. There's some kind of technical issue here. Talk about ruining a moment. What the
Oh, should we spoil it? I don't know. No, we can't spoil it. Let's see if we can get past it. All right, story complete. You unlocked Nick Aldis suit
Plot
and Triple H
thickens.
suit.
Oh, look who it is. We got CM Punk. We're huge fans of CM Punk.
That's what we don't
He
care
came
about.
in late on DLC, right, Andrea, for 2K24.
Yep.
So we weren't able to use him in MyRise that year. But this year we had plenty of advance notice.
I wonder if they got his voice
He's
in
going to
there.
play a big role in this story that we see here as sort of someone who's seen it all, done it all, and can advise the player on, you know, what the heck's going on with this weird.
All right, let's skip through the spoilery stuff.
And you never know how the superstars are going to respond to our material. Sometimes it runs a little different than their character, their storylines on TV. But CM Punk, he was great.
I agree. I don't think it is. There's no branch here. So, I mean, I guess that means this doesn't affect the, whatever choice you make here doesn't affect your story at all.
He knocked everything out of the park. He really responded to what we had written. We even gave a fun little Easter egg line about a horror movie that he had starred in, and he really appreciated that. So, yeah, it was a really fun experience to have Punk in the booth.
Let's respect the man and agree with his point of
Be
view.
ready if and when something happens again.
So
I
all
do
this is
wanna
set
hear
up a
his
match
voice
for
acting,
us
though.
to-
Let's hear his voice works.
Never know how, you know, everyone knows into that session. You know, everyone knows Punk's.
Can't really hear it because they're just talking over it.
on next week's SmackDown.
Yeah, it's very much like let's move forward and pay no attention to the masked attacker.
If you're a fan of GM mode, you might recognize the sensational Starla. She also made a...
All right, so you don't actually go down to NXT. Looks like you are competing on SmackDown. So you're not forced into NXT in the beginning of the story. But they did say Kevin Owens and a few of the other guys were trying to take over NXT.
That's something that's more in the realm of showcase. For MyRise, our MO is trying to make a unique storyline that takes it to some place that they might not have seen
The
before.
combos.
So our objective here is just to win this match, look strong.
Got the nice SmackDown arena too, with the refs got the updated gear.
Put the
I like it.
Awkward moment of the attack at the draft behind.
All right, so let's see. We just got a match here. Do we get any run-ins or anything at the end of the match? Yep, we actually absolutely do, but let's not spoil it.
Need to bring in someone else to help us. And if you've been wondering why and when our second character comes in and why I'm talking like I'm setting up for a time jump to reveal that, that's exactly what's happening.
All right, so that's a branching path. Looks like that's going to be a big part of the story as well. And did she say that's where the other creative wrestler would come in?
Us up against the wall, against a force that we don't quite understand. We're going to need to bring in someone else to help us. And if you've been wondering why and when our second character comes...
All right, so we're playing both. So it's an integrated story. I thought they were saying no matter which character you're using, you're going to play the same story, but you actually have the man and the female in this same story. So now you're choosing whatever. So since you picked the women, you got to choose where the male superstar comes from. So that is kind of cool. So they put a lot into the mold. It's just really... The only problem I have with it again... Oh, so this is where he comes in. Your second created wrestler.
Mutiny.
Wow.
I can't wait for everyone to play. This is my favorite time of year. We've been working hard for 12 months on this. This is the fun part where we get to see everyone experience what we've worked so hard on. This is a super cool story. It's way different than everything we've ever done before. Can't wait for everyone to play.
All right, looks like that is it. So... the problem isn't with the story because even last year I thought the story seemed interesting and I wanted to play through it. As I've said like a million times here, it's just really the stuff they put in between that makes the story kind of grueling to get through. Checking messages, checking social media. Get that stuff out of here. Let us run around backstage. I mean, we got the island now, so if you can build something as big as the island, you can let us run backstage in the arena and find who we need to talk to, opposed to just having us looking at our phones and being in the locker room with these guys already just... It can be better. That's all I'm saying. Now, the story looks good as always, but this template they use, it's been time to get rid of it. If you can build a whole island, then you can build a backstage area for us to explore, because opening things up would make this mode much more interesting. But what do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section. Thank y'all for tuning into this video. Don't forget to drop a like on it and smash that subscribe button if you have not already. Bomb Squad, let's get to that.